Hey guys, it's Todd from Like Minded Lunatics, and this is Nerd Shit. What is nerd shit? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. At Nerd Shit, we explore different nerd communities. Now, if you know me and you know the channel, you know that I am a nerd. I'm a comic book nerd, a video game nerd, a horror movie nerd, among other titles you could give me. But that's not what we're going to be learning about here in this segment. No, we're going to be learning about nerds I know nothing about, on subject matters I don't know enough about. So please, if you're willing, why don't you join me today for some nerd shit. All right. So what do we got on the docket today? Welcome back, by the way, if you've been here before. Okay, from Mark here at the home office. I'm at the annex office for LML here in San Antonio, Texas, but Mark sent me this this fax from Austin. And he wants me to continue talking about Pride because here we are in 2024, June 2024. We're talking about Pride all month. So great. Let's learn a little bit more about Pride. Love it. He sent me this video, but he had like a bunch of smiley faces next to it. You never know with Mark what you're going to get. So I have not watched this video yet. Let's jump into it. Let's learn about Pride. This is the Christian response to Pride, at least this Christian's response to Pride. So let's learn. We can learn from everybody, can't we? Let's check it out. I just jumped ahead to the 52nd point because that's where Mark told me to start from. I trust him. Don't ask me why.
As a Christian, I've been thinking through how we can navigate this month of June, Pride Month, how we can do it in a biblical way, a loving way, a truthful way. I have three things that I want to share with you in this video that will hopefully help you navigate not only this month, but the whole year. In the video we just watched, it's becoming very apparent that these ideas and ideologies are being focused in on children. You think about it, schools, they have access to them, tons and tons of kids. So why wouldn't you push your particular belief system or agenda? I think this is where we need to understand that there is no neutrality when it comes to education. Personally, I was homeschooled. I really am an advocate of homeschooling because...
I gotta say, I can already tell this dude was homeschooled. No judgment to homeschooled folks, but all right, let me continue before I pass too much judgment here.
I do believe that there is no neutrality in education. You can't just have a neutral school that doesn't really lean one way or the other because every, teaching comes out of a worldview. Even when you're teaching math, when you're teaching science, it's coming out of a worldview. And that's not even...
Wait, I'm curious about what this dude thinks the worldview is on math that he has that's different from an objective truth about math. Okay.
Counting all this kind of LGBTQ propaganda that's being brought in on these children, and they're just following the crowd. Hey, what are they going to do? They're going to stand up.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know that it's propaganda if you're just educating what people are like. You're just saying what people are like, right? You're not like trying to tell people to be a different way than they are. You're just educating what is a fact. People are gay. Okay.
Against it? No, why would they? This is what they're being taught. This is how they're being discipled. So my first conclusion is that we must protect the vulnerable. We must protect those who are young, children that do not know. We need to be raising these children according to what God has said in his word.
I'm sorry. Mark, you sent this to me to fuck with me, didn't you? Okay, this guy's got his... I'm sorry. I know everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but at LML, we have our own opinion too, and my opinion is this guy's fucking full of shit. So let's move on and learn about Pride in a different way. I found this video. I'd rather watch it. Let's have some fun today, okay? Good. I can't hear that guy anymore.
I have a surprise for you, ladies.
Ooh.
To the shrine.
Okay.
Is there a buffet or something?
Oh!
I haven't watched this ahead of time, but it's Trixie Mattel, famous drag queen, talking about Pride. This is a couple years ago. I just thought this might be worthwhile.
It's the gay shrine, lady.
I know, this is so fabulous.
It's beautiful.
Stunning, gorgeous.
It really is.
All of the icons are represented.
I like that Beyonce is there. Is Beyonce like a treasured?
Miss Lady Gaga.
Another Gaga.
I mean, I feel like I knew Lady Gaga was a treasured person in the drag community and in the gay community. I feel like I knew that, but I didn't know Beyonce.
Stunning at what, 15?
Okay, real talk. I didn't even know that was Sylvester. I'm gagged. He looks amazing.
Looking gorgeous.
He looks like a young Pharrell.
Oh.
I see Dolly Parton there. I didn't know that. I mean, I get it. She's big and bold and beautiful. She's also got the hourglass figure, so it makes sense.
I know.
Trixie,
Yeah.
do you have any words of encouragement or want to tell us what Pride means to you?
Okay, this is what I was looking for. What's the meaning of pride
You
exactly?
guys know the story. Pride
As a,
started
real quick,
with
sorry,
Halloween.
I know, we're trying to learn. As a supporter of the community, but not a part of the community, you know, I'm kind of like just like following other people's lead. I'm like, yep, sounds good. But I do want to kind of understand it a little better, what we really mean by Pride Month and having pride.
Sonia Morgan and Tiffany Haddish, and they were on a boat, and one of them had pom-poms and put them on her head, and then they were just feeling proud, and then one of them started.
Pinkett Smith.
Yes, Jada
Right.
Pinkett Smith and Tiffany
Willow
Pollard.
Smith, yes.
Willow Smith
Pollard,
was
yeah.
there.
Nene Leakes was there.
And then afterward, they went to a Payless.
What are you talking about, girl? That ain't the meaning of pride. You know you were making things up.
Where's that coming from?
Oh God.
Hello, yoo-hoo, right here, down here, honey. It's Hey.
Very Pride Mother. I was going to say, I feel like a story about Payless is not a true origin story.
Literally,
Right?
you're on fire.
Is that Kendall Jenner?
No.
Yeah.
Well, in all honesty, I heard you were throwing a pride party, so I just had to crash in, honey, and light things up.
Alliteration.
Situation.
I heard you talking about.
I
the
assume
meaning of
all these
pride and everything.
drag queens are
Oh, I
famous.
love you,
I'm not
Africa. That
familiar,
was just
but
all wrong.
again, learning.
Pride is about a lot more than parades and glitter and remixes. Pride actually lives in the moments between the glitter and the dimmed lights. The times when our predecessors, the pioneers of yesteryear, were fighting for our rights so that we could do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you really think that you'd be sitting at brunch, kikiing with all the girls, sipping mimosas, if it weren't for the pioneers who fought for our rights to do those very things?
Yeah, you're right.
I do like whatever your way of life is. I like looking back at how you got where you are. That's
My hair
cool.
is starting to melt.
Yeah.
It's getting too hot. Can you get me out of here?
You're melting. You're melting.
Actually, Trixie, don't you owe me $40 from that last time?
Oh, Peppermint, you're breaking up. The candle's burning out.
Whoa!
I like in the middle of this, it's like, hey, yeah, let's talk about pride and the origins of it, but you do remember you owe me
It's
$40,
unfortunate she
right?
had to leave so
Okay.
suddenly.
All right, well, I'm gonna
sure we know.
All right, Sam,
Yeah.
help me.
You go, sis.
We didn't even get the whole story. They just blew her out because of $40,
Embarrassing.
and now we're walking away. I love it.
Okay, that shrine though?
Oh, yes, that's right, Mama. Talk about
Holy.
a spiritual moment.
I don't know, gay or straight, into drag or not, this is a cool looking bar, don't you think?
It's
What, couldn't you have a good time here no matter who you were?
So good. Yes. Thank you, honey.
You're
Thank
absolutely
you, girl.
glowing.
gorgeous.
This little
It must have been the candle thing.
Yeah, you know, candle essence.
That's your drag name now.
That's my new
Candle
Peppermint, okay.
of the Jada Essence song. Right. Yes.
Can I get you a drink?
I would love a cocktail.
Hell.
We'll see what we can do.
Now, I don't know. We learned last time, if you didn't watch the last one on drag queen slang, we learned about the booby bib. Yeah? Is this a booby bib? Is that what I'm looking at? They described it as like a latex thing that you wear to make it look like you got big boobs and everything. I don't know.
Either way, I'm gonna make
I don't
this fun
identify
and
as
informative.
a drag
When we
queen.
think of pride,
I'm
it's important
cisgendered
to note
dude,
that
but
pride
I'd
is all
walk around
about
with a booby
unity
bib. That
and
looks-
celebration and inclusion, and we have to recognize those that came before us: Marsha P. Johnson,
Okay, I'll shut up and
Sylvia
listen.
Rivera, Stormy DeLavery, and these are the people who led the Stonewall Uprising. Stonewall really was a response to a lot of the discriminatory laws and policies that were in place in the 60s. And the police just used these laws as an invitation to target and harass LGBTQ people. And a lot of people think it started with Stonewall. While that is the official birthplace of the modern gay rights movement, uprisings like this were happening all over the country in the 60s. There was the Compton's Cafeteria in San Francisco, and right here in Los Angeles, there was the Black Cat Tavern on New Year's Eve when the police raid came in and the community fought back.
Far out.
These attacks on the LGBTQ plus community are still happening today. There's a lot of discriminatory laws and policies that have been put in place in this country that really just go against
children just came to
everything that
class,
trans
didn't they?
people want to be
I'm one of the
referred
children.
to by the name that they really identify with, by their real gender. There's so many policies that limit trans people from having access to things that everybody wants: sports, education, safety, privacy, and inclusion. Stopping somebody from being able to have access to things that the rest of the public has access to means that they have to operate in the shadows. And when we're operating in the shadows, then there's a lot of dangerous things that can happen. And so it's really important that everyone understands that while Pride is about a celebration, people have been fighting for a really long time to make sure that we, as the LGBTQ plus community, have the same liberties and the same access and the same safety that everyone else enjoys. But once we get those things, we have to keep fighting for them. And there's lots of different ways that people can do that.
Like AKT, which is an organization in the UK that helps people who are ages 16 to 25 who are living in a hostile situation or being discriminated against or facing homelessness.
I like this concept. I'm going to interrupt. But I like this concept they're talking about taking it out of the shadows, because if you feel like you can't talk about it and you feel like you're in the shadows, that would also kind of lead you to, like, I don't know, some behavior you're not proud of, right? Because you're sort of like told that you're doing something wrong. It's like sort of feeling like a criminal. Wow, this is far out, man. You know, I continue to learn so much this month and so much in nerd shit. Glad that you're here with me learning along. And let's wrap up today. Happy Pride Month, and I'm happy to learn a little bit more about the history. That was cool to see the old reel footage. All right, Mark, thanks for sharing those videos with me in between now and the next time I talk to you. Hey, I'm Todd, you know, and everything. Did I mention someday I really need to make time to tell you this story? It's a long one, though, so I'll save it, but it's really important.